What's going on? I'm in the sake of just kind of burning some time in traffic. Don't really have a lot of time at night to do the Kaizen talks. I'm gonna do a rare and also video Kaizen talk. Okay, so what I want to talk about is just some development as far as what's going on in my house. As of late, pretty much have my house piped up. Found a local plumber, so I have my plumbing pretty much done. It's just some final finishing touches that need to be done. I actually called the water company, so the water hopefully will be on Thursday. Just got to finish up some piping, and then basically after that it's just some furnace work that needs to be done, as well as duct work, and then I should be completed on all the mechanicals, which is electric, plumbing, and basically heating. I don't have to worry about air conditioning right now. I mean, today it's pretty much minus about minus 8 degrees at the moment. So basically, I need not to worry about the AC. So I'll deal with that probably around May, June. What I'll do is most likely I'll get a powerful window unit to start, because I know the AC units will be like to run it through the central air will be quite costly. So I don't know. I'll at the very least get a pretty powerful window unit, but I ain't even worried about that. Another thing that I wanted to talk about, I know it's kind of late. I mean, people is kind of moving on, is the whole women are winning topic, as far as in relation to just what I'm hearing people talking about on YouTube. And when it comes to women, let's just say black women winning, I'd have to just basically point out to the fact that the black community in itself, as far as if you were alien and you came from another planet and you were trying to basically your mission was to just find out how these people on the planet Earth are actually living, how they're thriving, and everything is concerned. Well, when the aliens come around to the black community, okay, I live in a black community at the moment, or a black neighborhood, a black town, city, or whatever, and you actually see, okay, how black people are living, how poor black people are. Black women are they can't, I mean, as much as they would like to separate themselves, maybe not all of them, but some of them for sure, they can't. Okay, even let's just say if black women were getting all kind of money from the tricks and the simps and everybody else or whatever, the OnlyFans subscribers, when they go spend that money on whatever, Gucci, Prada, Louis Vuitton, buy a new Mercedes or buy a new BMW, Jaguar, all of those companies that I just mentioned are not black owned. Not a one. All of those companies are European owned. So when you go spend any money on all of those fashions, those brands, you're making those people win. You're not winning. You might You might look or pretend as if you're winning, but at the end of the day, you helping other people, okay, feed their families, pay for their family to go to college, to get educated, inheritance, and all of that type of stuff. And that's basically one of the centers of what I talk about, which is wealth. You ain't winning, okay? Because you taking the spoils. Let's just say if you are winning, you taking the spoils of what your wins are, and you giving them to somebody else. You giving them to you're not giving them to your children. You're not making your children wealthy. You're not benefiting your own people and all of that type of stuff. So and even if you set aside as far as winning, one of the rouges in it, and you find it now, as far as women when they're young, they appear as if they're having a good time, they're making money, and then all of a sudden they're 40 years old, 35 years old, calling some YouTube show, trying to figure out where they went left, trying to figure out why they can't get a man, because they got all the money, they got all the education, but they can't get something that is basic as another human being to be with them or stay with them. And by the time they try to somewhat halfway figure it out, or even ask for some type of advice from somebody else, guess what? They're already, pretty much old to be a mother. If they don't have any kids, if they have children, they already have children. So it makes them very difficult to find somebody to be with, because being a stepdad is not necessarily the most desirable position to be in right now at this present time. Even people are, men are not necessarily trying to sign up to even get married, to be honest, because of all of the mounds of fecal matter that you have to deal with in that regard. So it's really not a situation that I would say that I'll just say black women are winning. Now, if you want to talk about somebody else, some white women or whatever, yeah, that's room for discussion, there's room for argument. But last time I drove around, last time of what I know, when you talk about even whether it be wealth, whether it be all of the health issues black women have, fibrosis, fibroids, bad vaginal health, all around, all of these things, man, from bad diet and stuff like that. It's definitely, man, it might appears, and I notice just women in general, black women no different. They're very good at putting on a poker face. In case you don't know what a poker face is, basically you appear to your opponents at the table that you have a good hand. And what I mean by a hand in this situation is that you're actually doing good in life. Well, a lot of women, a lot of black women actually do that. They actually put on a poker face. And then when you pull the layers back, they're just pretending to put on that they're doing good and they're doing excellent, but they don't tell you that their boyfriend just gave them an STD a couple weeks ago, and when they went to their checkup at the gynecologist, they don't tell you they just had an abortion a month ago. They don't tell you that they're basically in debt to their eyeballs and they don't know what to do. all of these things that, basically that's how a lot of women process shit, where they just try to pretend as if they're perfect. That's just something about, women. I call it the God complex. That they pretend that everything is perfect, but in fact, they're not, any stretch of imagination perfect, and definitely not winning, but they like to pretend as if they're winning. But that's what I have on that. That's my 2 cents on that.